things, to be honest. Another thing that I think of when I think of London is diversity and good food.
Good food?
Yes.
Good man, good man. Elaine, do you think of good food when you think of London?
Definitely.
Daphne, what are your thoughts on London as a place? What do you think of it? What are the snapshots?
For me it's special because it was my first Olympics. I was really young, but happened wasn't that moment, but it was really special to be there, and it's always nice to be in the same stadium as the Olympics.
So Aries, very special memories for you, but for those that don't know, you've had an extraordinary 4 years since, including a kidney donation from your sister just after the Beijing game. When we met you in Birmingham, before the indoor Grand Prix there, and for those that had their lunch, it was a bit awkward to think about, but your kidney was still moving, wasn't it? It was giving you issues when you were in a hurdles position. Have things sort of leveled out since then?
Yes, my kidney is now, it's deeper inside, it's more internalized now, and so it's not really wiggling about like it was before. And so everything's stable, everything's working properly, so I'm able to do my trail leg mechanics without pain. And that's always great, especially when you run the hurdles.
And your season's going pretty well. Should we be having a little bet on you for the World Championships?
Of course, of course. My coach is training me for the championships, and so everything that I've done up until this point is just a precursor of what's to come.
And Elaine, the women's 100 metres tomorrow has heats. How do you approach that when you have that in a Diamond League, where you're going to be doing 2 races just within an hour and a half of each other? Do you experiment? How do you treat them?
Well, otherwise from Merritt in a competition, it's the first time Merritt eats in a Diamond League. And it's a training process for us to prepare for a championship, which is next month. So early heats is just to get a blowout to go to the final. Actually, it's a race plan to go to in the World Championship.
And for you, having had such an extraordinary year last year in a country that is so nuts about sprinting, how has life changed? How is life different for you back in Jamaica?
Well, Elaine is the same Elaine. Nothing much has been changed, but the lifestyle has been changed because I'm a role model to everybody. So all I need to do is just to try to inspire the younger ones, because when I was growing up, a lot of Jamaican superstar inspires me. So it's my duty to inspire the younger ones coming up, so to guide them, lead them in the right path, that they can be a champion one day like myself.
Do you think in 30 years' time we'll still be talking about Jamaican sprinters, or might they get diverted into basketball and football and things like that? Or is the production line of Jamaican sprinters there forever?
It is there before I even was born, and it's still going to continue because, because even our national boys and girls championship, we have a lot of talented athletes, and some of them is on their way going to Kenya now to represent Jamaica. And the tradition is still going strong, it's building more and more, so after we head out the sports, we have a lot more coming in.
Daphne, how has life changed for you? In a country which doesn't have that many track and field superstars, can you live your life as you wish in Holland these days?
No, but after Beijing was probably the biggest change, because when I walk on the street, everybody knows me and want to have pictures with me. But for now, for me, it's normal life, and it's normal for me, and that's really cool to walk in. Yeah, it's a bit different than a couple of years ago.
Do you thrive on that? I mean, the fact that they'll have put medals around your neck for the World Championships this year already, or does that sort of add a layer of anxiety to you, counting down to a World Championship?
I give myself more pressure than the other country do, but I'm feeling good, and I think, the Netherlands hopes always that we get some medals in world-class sports, so that's really special for them.
And what are your expectations from tomorrow? What constitutes a good performance for you?
For me, it's perfect to do 2 races. I like that. We do try for the World Championships, and I'm very happy with that. And we'll see what happens.
I noticed that when the camera came to you in the warm-up area in Lausanne, you warm up a long time in advance, don't you? It's a pretty extensive warm-up for you, or would you say that's normal among sprinters?
For us, it's normal. I don't know how others are doing, but for me, it's normal to do a long warm-up and then doing good training.
So for something like tomorrow, where you've got 2 races in such close proximity, do you just keep moving essentially, warming up, cooling down, warming up, cooling down?
Yeah, I think it's a normal warm-up, then do the heats, and then a small warm-up before the final.
And is that something, when you get to a championship and you're racing pretty much every day, whether it's in a 100, 200 or a relay, is that what adds to the wear and tear and the stress, that you are going through that whole process, call rooms and all the tension around that?
Yeah, I'm always really relaxed. I'm never nervous, because that's easy for me, but normally it's very important to do the warm-up and then course, the call room, and then the race, and then a good cool down, and then go to the next race.
So as between the two of you, what do you expect from Elaine? When you're in a call room, is she quiet? Is she one of the loud ones? Is she very vigorous? What?
That's a good question. Normally you think about yourself in that moment and you walk around, but I think everybody is quiet in the sprint world. That's normal, and to move around a bit, and that's it.
Elaine, is Daphne quiet in the call room?
Well, to be honest, I don't normally see anybody in the courtroom. I just focus on myself. I'm the calmest one, as I said. But I don't focus on anybody else. I just go in my war zone and just focus on me.
Daphne says she doesn't get nervous. Do you get nervous before a major event?
You have to get nervous, but you have to know how to overcome that nervousness. And if you don't get nervous, you don't know what the outcome is going to be or how good you are. And I do get nervous, but I just know how to control them.
Questions from you? Yeah.
Elaine, of course, we all know you will do the 200 meters at the World Championships next month, but we haven't heard your thoughts on not doing the 200, especially considering what happened in the year last year. So how do you feel about that I guess, development?
Well, we have decided to do only one this year, which is 100 meter. And my thoughts on it, I'm pretty happy with doing 100 because last year, it was a tough one to double. It was my first Olympic, first time doubling at a championship, and I have done awesome. It takes a lot of hard work, and to double, it really takes a lot of hard work as well. And doing the 100 meter this year will give me a little bit of more push and focus to see how much more I can go, and to look forward for 2020 and to see if I can go to double in that year. But I'm just focused on 100 now because if you look back on 2015, it was my major championship, World Championship, and did only the 200. This year I chose to do the 100, so last year I doubled, so it kind of equals to do single, come double, single, so 2020 definitely double again.
In the relay, Bolt always says that the Jamaican men don't practice that much as a squad, and that he thinks the Brits and others perhaps practice a bit too much and get too worked up about it. What about the Jamaican women?
Well, everybody is not in the same training camp. Everybody doesn't train in the same country, so to do relay practice, it probably takes away from you from doing an individual event. So the relay practice is not that 100%, but once you know how to collect baton and to, sometimes you can just estimate a markup. We are like professional athletes, so we work professional. So the relay is not much of a focus than to do your individual event.
Have you done any practice yet as a four?
No, that's it.
So it's still to come in the last 4 weeks?
Yes.
What could possibly go wrong?
Well, just don't run away from the markup.
Larry, yeah.
Aries, how are you today?
Well,
You told us at the indoor what you like to do is kind of race yourself into racing fitness. Is that what you'll be doing over the next few weeks?
yes, that's exactly what I'll be doing. I have a few meets lined up after this one, and then from there I'll be training in the UK, in Birmingham, for about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks, and then go over to London, the venue, and then I'll run 5 days later. But every time I've run this year, I've run better and better and better and better. My time just keep dropping and dropping and dropping, so it's only a matter of time before I get back to where I was before. But it's a process. It doesn't just happen overnight. You know, I had a major surgery, and that's something that you have to overcome, and I'm doing my best to overcome that. And I think I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. Anybody else? Yes.
All three of you. Merritt, the 110 meters hurdles, you have Omar McLeod, a Jamaican, who's Olympic champion. You know, have Ronald Levy. I don't know if you heard about him. That is now. Do you think about who's running? Do you think about the Jamaicans when you run against them? How do you feel about competing about the Jamaicans? And is that a major factor when you, for example, Daphne, the lady's not running the 200 meters. Are you happy that she's not running? And how do you think about your competitors when who is lining up with you in a specific event? And are you relieved that you know don't have Elaine running against you? And Elaine, for the 100 meters, do you feel more relaxed, or are you more nervous when you have a Daphne with you competing for the Worlds?
So let's do it in the order that they were asked. There is first.
I feel like hurdling as a whole has gotten a lot better for everyone. Ever since I ran the world record in 2012, like the standard of what's great in the hurdles has shifted. And so you see a lot more people running 13.0 and under. It's a new era of hurdling, a new era of training, and a lot of people are running well. As for Omar and Levy are concerned, I think they're great athletes. You know, Omar's an Olympic champion. He's run sub 13 twice this year. That's really great. And Levy has run, is that how you pronounce it? Levy. And so Levy is, he's running very well as well. But when I'm running at a major championship and in a diamond league, I can't focus on what everyone else is doing. I can only focus on what I can do, because at the end of the day, someone can go out and break a world record, and it doesn't matter because I have to focus on my lane and what I'm doing. And so at a championship setting, I'm aware that they're there, but I'm not focused on them. I'm just focused on me, because there's 10 barriers and they're your biggest enemy, because if you hit one, you're done.
Daphne, I think the question was, are you glad Elaine's not doing the 200?
For me, it doesn't matter who's there. I think there are a lot of talents in the whole world, from America, from Europe, from Jamaica, every place. And on that moment, you focus on yourself, exactly the same. It's on the line, and you do your own thing. When you're not doing that, then you're not running a good race. The only focus is to try to run your own good race.
And Elaine?
Both say the same thing, focus on yourself. And in track and field, you need to focus on somebody else, because you don't want to say, okay, who's better than who? You know you're better than everybody else, so just stay in your own lane. Same thing you do in practice, just do the same thing on the track, probably more aggressive or more effort. So I just try to just focus on myself. If 8 or 9 of us help in the lane, my lane is going down to the line, so I will stay in my line, stay in my zone.
Are the USA and Jamaica both having holding camps in Birmingham? I should know the answer to this. Are you both back in Birmingham again this time, as you were for 2012?
Yeah.
Jamaica?
I guess.
Okay, you don't seem that enthused about the project. Do you hang out together as teams, as fellow sprinters, or are you different session bookings at the track and finding each other warily from the other side? How does it work?
Well, in 2012, I didn't even see, nor did I know that Jamaica was there. I think they don't even train, maybe, I don't know if they trained at the same track that we trained at. We're training at the Alexander Stadium. Yeah. And so, I mean, either they're training at a completely different hour than us, and staying in a completely different hotel than us, so I never saw them, to be honest.
So, Elaine, does that mean the university track is where you train?
Oh,
you don't know what
happened.
Well, it could be fun then, couldn't it, hanging out with the USA team. Any more questions? First.
Question to Elaine. I heard that you help your hometown to have a basic infrastructures and stuff. How do the hometown and people in the hometown mean to you?
Could you repeat that?
You help your hometown to have internet and stuff like that? Already?
Going back to Manchester, what have you done?
Yeah.
What have I done?
Yeah, and then also how the people in there support you as well.
Well, that hasn't been in process as yet to give back to my high school. Only thing I've done so far was a homecoming party that they kept after Olympics, so I'm not aware of that giving back thing, but something is going in the process to give back to both my primary and my high school, and the community as well.
Is it called Manchester?
Manchester High School.
That's a familiar name. Larry.
Daphne, I wanted to talk to you about close races in Lausanne. You and Merritt, it was an exciting race. Do you sense when someone's next to you near the finish of a race?
I think it's perfect for your race, because you run faster, and it's good that someone pushes you a little bit faster. Because, yeah, the only thing that you want is to win, and that's what I did in that moment.
And how do you keep yourself running through the finish? You know, especially when races are so close.
Yeah, that's what I said. Try to stay relaxed and do your own thing, and try to focus on your own race, because it's 200 meters and it's only on the line. There's the winner, and focus on yourself. That's the key.
Lane, obviously you want to win tomorrow. But is there a specific objective that you're trying to accomplish, something you're working on that you want to test out more?
Well, because we have a heat summer final, my main objective is to get that first 30 meter and just to execute, get my transition from 30 to the finish. So just to go to the first round, just to qualify to the finals, and just in the finals just focus on my start and just transit from there.
Elaine, at the Rio Olympics last year, at the end of the race, you were absolutely shocked, almost shocked, that you have won. Are you more now confident and believe that, okay, I'm probably the best in the world, as you just said, and you're going to win? How do you feel now that you have accomplished that goal of being the Olympic champion? And this year, how do you feel?
I feel great because actually yesterday I surprised myself at the Olympics. I surprised because I didn't expect to win, because in that year going to the trials I had a hamstring injury, so I didn't get to race after the championship, so I didn't know how race sharp I was, and to go to the Olympics and win a gold medal, even though I still can't find words to explain how well I have done, and I have accomplished a lot. But I am confident going to the championship. This will be my second world championship. 2015 I ran only 200. This year I'm focusing only on the 100 meters, so I'm really confident. I'm looking forward as well.
All done. Thank you very much to all three of you, especially Aries, who are still in the shower at 12:25. And good luck to all three of you tomorrow.
Thank you.